great. Get me on the low block. Feed me the rock.
Damn right. So it's like I emailed the PR people from the Pistons and the Motor City Cruise. I says, don't count on it, but you never know with John Jansen. That's the way it goes.
How about let's have Jim on standby from our boss, Jimmy. Maybe it was 7:30 at night. He's on the way to the hospital. I'm like, I think we should just have Jim come in.
Yeah.
I know John wants to work through this. Like, John's not going to take time off for the once the baby's born.
That's right. That's for sissies.
Yeah, he might work from home some, but that's all good and fine and dandy. But really, I mean, the baby wasn't coming before midnight.
No.
And
I imagine a standby. I get a phone call at 1 a.m. Hey, can you be in a few hours?
5:30. Hey, Jim,
Tom's my alarm clock in the morning.
I did have a sense of I was maybe talking a little out of turn a little bit when, we're texting back and forth. And I think Jimmy made that comment. I was like, stay at the hospital. We're fine. We got this. When it's not like exactly
actually,
I called to do that.
John took the Comrex to the hospital to try to actually get
No, he didn't. Did he really?
No.
You are looking loud.
He's like, she's only so much dilated. But anyway, Michigan's offensive line.
Right. His wife is not Kelly Stafford. That would happen. Kelly Stafford would be live with the Comrex and they're doing her podcast while she was giving birth. No doubt about that. Anyway, we're hopefully...
I'm just glad they're happy now. I mean,
exactly.
I'm just so happy for them.
You're happy that they're happy.
Bernie and Mitch.
Bernie's not on that much on the Stafford tree. It's more Hank.
Chester.
Anyway, we'll get into that later. I like the Staffords. Enough already. Anyway.
I haven't been happy since I've been born with the line, so.
That's right.
If I'm miserable, you have to be miserable too.
There's no doubt about it. So hopefully we'll hear from John. Hopefully everything will go well. We will go on our merry way. On the program today, we'll hear from Tigers manager A.J. Hinch, because you have to have the manager on the day after they win game number 69.
Nice.
Yeah.
To kind of be honest, I've been in football mode and I've been waiting for the Tigers to not be interesting, and they just continue to be interesting.
I know.
Walk off on Sunday while football's taking place. Walk off last night in 11 innings. Like, they just keep making themselves interesting.
It's fun to see. I don't know how many people were watching. We had a huge, long rain delay last night that I heard didn't need to be as long as it was because rain really didn't last that long.
Well,
there was still lightning in the area. And that
we had a lot of lightning, and we're pretty much parallel with the storm path last night.
Right.
The lightning that was approaching was like crazy compared to a normal storm. So I kind of see why they did what they did. I thought last night was a perfect example of what A.J. Hinch has done for this team. The fact that the way they
to 12840 Dixie in 6 miles. Turn left onto Northwestern Highway.
And good pitching on the other side fought and won a game against a good team.
Well, yeah, but that's been the theme all season against good teams.
Yes.
They have a winning record against teams above 500 this season. Now, also means they have a losing record against the bad teams, but they beat the Rays 2-3 over the weekend.
Correct.
They took 2-3 against Cincinnati the weekend prior, and that's a playoff contender.
A team that's been, they handled the Yankees in one of the series. Actually, earlier they didn't. Yeah, they
I mean, Milwaukee's about to be a 90-win baseball team, and who did they pitch last night? Who did Detroit pitch? It was 5 different arms in 11 innings of shutout baseball, and you're going, how does this keep happening?
Peralta, Funkhauser, Holland, Soto, and Brian Lewis. It was Peralta versus Peralta last night.
Yeah.
They should have brought Johnny Peralta in and had him throw out the first ball for crying out loud. That would have been fun. You know what the Tigers did yesterday?
What?
They set a Major League Baseball record. They're the first. You mentioned the walk-offs. The first team in Major League Baseball history to have back-to-back walk-off wins against 2 different teams who had 30 games or more over 500. That's pretty incredible. I can't believe somebody even has that stat in. And they've won 12 extra inning games, which is second to Seattle. So you're right. Your point of the Cumberland way to get there. Yeah, they battle no matter what the score is for most games.
Well, they're going. 72 was the win total, right, at the beginning of the year.
Yeah,
and they're going to go over that barring a complete
Stay in the left lane.
Yes, absolutely. So, like I said, we'll talk to A.J. Hinch coming up at 8:02. Also, Wojo will join us Wednesdays with Wojo at 9:02. On yesterday's Carson Anderson extravaganza, Jim, Lions quarterback Jared Goff was with them at 10:30, which he is every Tuesday.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting there, huh?
Well, yeah, so one of the quotes that he had, and I thought it was interesting, is he was talking about all the checkdowns, all the short throws.
I know, I referred to him as check down Charlie to Campbell.
I don't think you're out of line to do so. I mean, look at it. How many of the passes traveled more than 8 yards?
Right.
It wasn't many of them. He said on Carson Anderson, I'm not going to throw it 40 yards downfield just to throw it to get oohs and ahs from the crowd. And listen, it's a good answer. He talked about doing what it takes to win games, and if that's short throws, it's short throws. But, Stoney, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's kind of an issue that he's limited down the field.
But I don't think he's as limited as his wide receivers are limited. That's the bigger problem. Getting guys down there.
Well, are we going to do this all year, though? Because are we not going to be able to judge Jared Goff because the team has handed him Larry Moe and Curley at wide receivers? Is going to be a theme all season?
We did it with the previous quarterback for the last one.
You're right. But on the throws, they did go down the field.
Right.
He wasn't exactly sharp. There were some wobbly balls. I referenced short of the sticks. Those are decisions by him to throw it short of the first down.
That's Lion football. 3rd and 6, we get 5.
Yeah.
I mean, that should be the sequel.
The one early in the game, Amon-Ra St. Brown, an actual touchdown ball that he misses. And you're going, okay, fine, you're not doing it for oohs and ahs from the crowd. How about you do it to score 6 points?
No, he got off to a shaky start. He played much better in the second half, but then again, the defense was a little softer. We'll see what happens.
Stoney, I think the screen game is going to be the Lions' best friend this season. If you're not willing to throw down the field, if you got running backs you want to get the ball to, you got an athletic offensive line, let's embrace the screen pass in Detroit this season.
And the TJ Hawkinson stuff. That's it. You're right. And maybe some short crossing routes. Look, I think they should try to throw downfield occasionally, but if you don't have people who are really good at doing it, whether you even want to include Goff in that or the wide receivers, why force something? I don't think he's right saying it's for the crowd. I think you have to at least do it once in a while just to make the secondary, make the defense a little honest about respecting that. Kind of like what we talked about with Michigan.
Can I help Jim make his point a little bit here? Did you guys break down the targets from Sunday?
Give it to us.
Okay, so he threw 57 passes. One was the other team. So 56 targets to Lions pass catchers. Guess how many were to receivers, and guess how many were to tight ends and running backs?
I know 1/3 of the catches were wide receivers, so 2/3 went to running backs.
I would say tight end. My guess would be about 20 to the tight ends and running backs.
24 targets to receivers, 32 to running backs and tight ends.
And I believe actually 33 because I do believe he was throwing that
To Hawkinson.
Yes.
Now it's hard to tell because there were 3 defenders there.
I know, that was such
That was so sad.
Yeah, how about this stat? We talk about check down Charlie. 30 of the 38 completed passes came within 7 yards of the line of scrimmage. Now I don't want to hear that it's I did it not for oohs and ahs.
Yeah, well,
It's because the deep game is going to be a problem all season long.
right, he didn't reference it really when we had him on yesterday. I'm talking about Dan Campbell, but at the press conference after the game, he talked about they thought they had a few chances. The plays that were called to go downfield, something they can work on. And this, week 1, we know they're not going to be good, so let's see what your wide receivers can do. We know Jared Goff can throw the ball deep, especially when he has wide open guys like Stafford had in LA on Sunday.
It's amazing the difference a good team makes.
It's true, and that's what all the Stafford lovers said. It's a good team. Let's wait and see how that plays out as well. Our telephone number, 248-539-9797. Don't forget, we have the Wide 9 coming up at 6:35. But before that, Heather has news.
I do. So one of the greatest comedians of our time passed away, and we have to pay tribute to him, so we're going to do that this morning. Plus, I have a question that I don't think any one of us will answer yes to.
Stoney's a wild card. Don't rule him out.
That's
I
true.
know.
Good point.
I know.
That's right. All right, thank you. 97.1.
97.1 Flood Tickets. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, this report brought to you by FanDuel Sportsbook at Motor City Casino. Sports betting in a sports setting. Dealing with a crash along 696 westbound at Mount. Police are on the scene. Only the right lane is open with a little bit of a backup behind it. You can use a mild road to get around it. Make every play count with NFL live betting at FanDuel Sportsbook at the Motor City Casino. Live betting lets you in on the action all game long. Even if you miss missed opening kickoff, you can still place all your favorite bets for money line, point spreads, over-unders, and more. Visit today or download the FanDuel Sportsbook app to get started. I'm Michelle Pena with traffic.
Applied Imaging is more than an office technology and solutions company. Listen to Applied Imaging's customers discuss Applied Imaging's unique culture. Jane Sapolsky of Hinton Transportation Investments.
Our experience with Applied Imaging has been phenomenal. Any work they've done for us has been completed correctly. It has saved us countless man hours, and we've made good friends along the way.
Kristen Vandebussen of ADAC Automotive.
Well, I think they have a good diverse group at Applied Imaging, which includes men and women and people who are in different areas of specialty. And I think it's important in a tech company that they have promoted women and that women are visible.
Betty Bartek of Resurrection Life Church.
I feel like I've gotten to know them and they've gotten to know me. It's nice to work with someone in business that you feel actually cares about helping you do your job better.
In 1
Applied
mile,
Imaging,
turn
a
left
company
onto
that cares
Northwestern
about
Highway.
you and your results.
September 2021, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. With mortgage interest rates the lowest they've been all year, it's your second chance to refinance. Don't miss out. Call Hall Financial today to see if you qualify for our no appraisal 8-day close. Our commitment to speed and client service has earned us nearly 4,000 five-star reviews. Start your refinance today. Call 248-308-5000 or chat with us right now at callhallfirst.com.
Hull Financial, NMLS ID 1467435. Equal housing lender.
Prescription products require an online consultation. Restrictions apply. See website for full details and important safety information.
My husband's ED was affecting our marriage. When he first started experiencing ED, it was difficult for both of us. We didn't know who to talk to about it or where to get help. HIMS was our answer. HIMS connected my husband with a licensed provider online. He was able to get medication to treat his ED at a fraction of the price people pay for the name brand. It was delivered to our door, and guess what? Our sex life is back. It works.
Right now, get your first online provider's visit totally free when you go to forhims.com/joy. Yep, free. No copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. Just the care you need.
Thanks to HIMS, we got our sex life and our marriage back.
To start your free online visit, go to this exclusive address, forhims.com/joy. That's forhims.com/joy for your free online visit. forhims.com/joy.
For the ones who are always in the know.
Go past this
For the
light,
ones who
then use the
think
left
beyond.
3 lanes to turn
For
onto
the
Northwestern
innovators
Highway.
and the problem solvers. Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. Experienced staff at local branches and
Turn
free
left.
access to experts to help answer your toughest questions. So whatever challenge you face, we have the knowledge and products to help. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Want to hear something amazing?
In 4.6
Discover matches
miles,
all the
take
cash
exit
back you
18
earn
out
on
to
your credit
Telegraph
card at the
Road
end of
and
your
US
first
44
year.
South.
Automatically, dollar for dollar, with no limit on how much you can earn. Extra cash? Come on, how amazing is that? In fact, it's even more amazing when you realize all the places where Discover is accepted. 99% of places in the U.S. that take credit cards. So when it comes to Discover, get used to hearing yes more often. Learn more at discover.com/yes. 2021 Nielsen Report. Limitations apply.
Stay in the left 2 lanes.
And Kroger save valuable time with Beacon Pro Plus. Beacon Pro Plus works 24/7 for material ordering, order history, and automated promotion tracking, so you can get your favorite GAF roofing products even when working remotely. And now, order on Beacon Pro Plus and get a $175 gift card and a chance for
crisis to affect the way that an audience or any of his loved ones saw him.
Yeah, we can relate to that here. I mean, Jamie kept his very private, except for a few people in a small circle, and I respect that. This one hit how hard, and we're going to play some of his stuff later in the show.
Stay in the left 3 lanes.
He was not for everyone. There's no doubt about it. But he was sarcastic. He seemed like a great guy, and he was a huge sports fan.
Go ahead, Heather.
I was going to say, when you said it hit hard, it's funny. Like, okay, I didn't follow his work, right? But when I saw this news, it hit me hard. And all day yesterday, we watched old SNL. We can update clips, some interviews on, late night talk shows.
I was in the rabbit hole.
Use the right lane to take exit 18 onto Telegraph Road and US 24 South.
Well, SNL bits were the Jeopardy one. We love rabbit hole first. Yes. His obsession with OJ was incredible.
Well, the ESPY speech too, which I know we've got the audio for.
Like some of that. That's about 6:50.
Take the exit.
Have you guys heard about the disappearance of Gabby Petito?
Yes. Yeah, it's crazy.
This is wild, right? So if you haven't heard it, she's a 22-year-old woman, and she went missing in the middle of a cross-country trip that she was taking with her boyfriend. So the two were traveling across the country in this converted camper van, and they made several stops at national parks. And she had actually planned to document this trip on her YouTube channel. And
in 6.7 miles, keep left onto Telegraph Road.
At the Grand Tetons National Park in Wyoming. This was in late August. And then her parents actually reported her missing because they hadn't heard from her in over a week. And now what's wild is that her boyfriend and the van were found last weekend at his home in Florida. So he made it all the way home without her, never notified police, and now he's not even working with the police. He did release a statement finally saying that he and his family will be remaining in the background at this juncture and have no further comment. And he's the only one that was with her, right? So her family is begging him to at least say where he last saw her, because there's a big search going on right now, which she's not taking part of, and hopefully they're searching in the right area. It's just, like I said, very, very strange that his boyfriend drove back to Florida without her, hired a lawyer, and now he won't explain anything.
Yeah, that to me is bizarre. I believe they were engaged.
They were engaged. He was the fiance.
Yes, and his family, they're not helping. I mean, I understand it's hard for that family as well as Gabby's family, but still, how can you not cooperate with the police?
Listen, if you're innocent, this is a really bad look.
Yes.
You're driving her van. You're the last one to see her. You won't cooperate. Something happened.
Yes.
Right? I mean, they were in the same place, and now they aren't. Something happened.
Yes.
And he can't avoid that.
No.
It's
At the light,
so bizarre.
use the left lane to make a U-turn at Swanson
Road. A 6-minute little video on her YouTube channel, and that was it. She FaceTimed with her mom on August 25th.
At the
that was
stop
the last
sign,
time her mom
use the
had
left lane to
contact
make
with
a
her.
U-turn.
It's just really, really crazy, and this boyfriend fiance is definitely not looking very good. I'll tell you that's for sure.
Use the right lane to take a slight right turn to merge onto M10 North toward I-696 West.
Vanished after being abducted at the age of 6 years old 14 years ago, and was just reunited with her mom.
That's nice.
So this has a happy ending. So there was a big break in this cold case surrounding the disappearance of Jacqueline Hernandez, who is now 19 years old. It happened on September 2nd when the girl's mother was contacted by somebody on Facebook who was claiming to be the daughter. So the daughter told the mom that she was in Mexico, she wanted to meet her at a border point in Texas, and she wanted to meet on September 10th. So there was lots of agencies involved: Homeland Security, U.S. Customs and Border Protection, even the Laredo Police Department. They were all involved, and they were there at the border, and both women showed up, and they were there to kind of intercept both of them. And it turns out that through all the documentation they provided, they were actually mother and daughter, and they were reunited right there on the spot. So a very happy ending there. It's believed that this young girl at the time was abducted by her father, and at this point, the whereabouts of her father are not immediately clear. So I'm sure he is on the run if he is the abducted her. All right, so I'm going to skip this one. I've got a question for you guys, and I think that the answer will not be yes, except like you said, Jim, Stoney is a wild card. And I know, Stoney, the answer is going to be no, except for maybe that one time I believe you were a bouncer at a club, and maybe you would say yes to this.
Okay.
Have you ever been in a fight? Not like a verbal spat, but like a physical fist fight.
You are correct, Heather. The only time was when I got sucker punched when I was I won't say a bouncer because you know me, a greeter, a door person at a bar. Not exactly the most physical person, but yes, St. Patrick's Day, 1986. Before I moved here, I got sucker punched in the head.
Did you get another punch? Were you able to get the guy, or did the sucker punch knock you out?
No, it didn't knock me out, but the sucker punch startled me. The bartenders jumped off the bar. They took the guy and threw him into the street and just jumped on him.
So
and
you were able to get a
I was
punch
able
back.
to get like a punch in.
Good. Jim, I'm guessing the answer is no.
No, but I still can't get over you as a greeter. Like you're like a Walmart greeter at the bar.
Well, it's like, hey, what's going on? You know, and I'd walk around and,
Can I help you find anything?
I would take, clear some tables,